Lori Lightfoot is a hard act to follow. Well, good evening, everyone. I want you all to give a rousing cheer for Brian Johnson, the staff, the board, all the people who have built Equality Illinois. And also for tonight's honorees, Tracy Boehm and Rainbow Cafe. And how about one more time for our history-making mayor, Lori Lightfoot? And of course, all our allies in the Illinois General Assembly and all of the elected officials, thank you for your hard work on the behalf of this community. And of course, give yourselves an enormous round of applause. Thank you for your support for Equality Illinois. Now, I want to tell you a quick story about Tracy Boehm. Yep. About 25 years ago, I was invited by my friend Michael Bauer, Oliver Sholem, to attend a human rights campaign black tie event at Navy Pier. And that was back when Tracy Boehm was publisher of Outlines newspaper. Anybody remember them? Covering the LGBTQ plus community. Well, she took a photo of me at that event. And the following week, she published a whole bunch of the HRC Gala photos in the newspaper. And shortly thereafter, I got a call from a Chicago Tribune gossip columnist who said he saw my photo in Outlines and could I confirm that it's true? And I said, confirm that what is true? And he said that there's a photo of me in Outlines newspaper with a caption underneath it that said, gay Chicago businessman J.B. Pritzker. And I laughed and said, well, it would be news to my wife. On her own, Tracy decided to print a correction in the newspaper the following week, and that correction said, last week we incorrectly captioned a photo of J.B. Pritzker saying that he is gay. He is not. So for all of you who thought you found yourself a mate, we apologize. So I may be the only one of you here who was outed by Tracy Boehm, even if it wasn't true. Thank you, Tracy. The act of protecting people's individuality and celebrating the diversity of our society is the North Star of my administration. Today, Illinois is becoming a beacon of equality and hope for the national LGBTQ community. And this state stands as a firewall against the attacks coming from Donald Trump and the federal government on a daily basis. Let me remind you what a difference a year can make. In the last 12 months, our state brought inclusive LGBTQ plus curriculum into our schools to ensure that all students learn about the contributions of this community, and more importantly, so that LGBTQ plus students have role models reflected in our history books. The questions of if and how a person surgically transitions should not be a choice available only to the wealthy. That's why through Through 3 governors, advocates have been fighting to expand Medicaid coverage for gender-affirming surgery, but last year we finally made it happen. I signed an executive order requiring the Illinois State Board of Education to develop gender-inclusive policies to strengthen our commitment to affirming and inclusive schools. We made it the law of our land to provide college financial aid to transgender students who might otherwise be denied because of Trump's federal policies. And we are accelerating our state's elimination of HIV with a Getting to Zero plan that will end HIV this decade. We required that single occupancy restrooms be designated as gender neutral. And we did all these things and more with the most diverse administration in our state history, including 2 senior advisors in my governor's office and 2 cabinet members who identify as openly gay. And I am so proud that we have LGBTQ+ staff at every level of our government. Today and every day, we have so much to celebrate in the LGBTQ+ community, but we must recognize that attacks of hate are on the rise, particularly against Black trans women. So it's incumbent on all of us to keep up the fight for equality, because one thing remains certain beyond a doubt. Illinois can and will serve as a leader and a beacon of hope for the world's LGBTQ community. So please enjoy tonight's celebration, because tomorrow we take up the fight again for a more perfect union. Thank you.